Okay, now this is part two. We're going to continue on. As you can see, I've got a few movies in here. Okay, now what I want to do now is I want to go in here and create a new table. Okay, you notice that we have our movies table right here. If I come up here to the top, I'm going to click on Create Table. Now it gives me this generic table right here. And all I need to do now is go up here and go to the design view. So click on the view drop down, click on design view. Now if you notice the difference, the design view has got the pencil, the triangle, and the ruler, whereas the datasheet view looks like a spreadsheet. So you just take a look at the icon you have up here and you just click on it as well. So I'm going to click on design view. Now I can give it a name. So I'm going to call this one customers. And we'll hit OK. Alright, so now we are in the customers table. You notice I got two tables over here now. Make sure you have two tables in there, a movies table and a customers table. If not, you got to open up the other file and add a table to it. Okay, so what we're going to do here, the field name, okay, for our customers table, let's change that to SSN for Social Security number. And we're going to change the auto number here, and we're going to change it to text because we want to manually enter in their Social Security number. Okay, and we can just put a description over here. Enter Social Security number of customer. All right, come back over here. Then we're going to type first name. Okay, we're just going to hit the down arrow. Last name. We want house number. We want street name. Okay, we want city, state, zip, and phone number. Oops. Just like that. Okay? So those are the fields we're going to need. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to go up here and we want to set the field size. So let's come up here to Social Security number. We're going to change that field size right here on our Generals tab to 15. Okay, first name, let's move it down to 10. Last name, we're going to move it down to 20 because they're usually a bit bigger than the first name. House number, let's do 10 again. Street, let's do 20. City, let's just do 25. State, we're going to do 2. We're going to do the 2-letter abbreviations. Okay, zip code. We're only going to use 5, so let's just put 5 in there. And for the phone number, let's put 15 in there. Okay. Now, since we're on the phone, we want to put in an input mask. Okay, an input mask is a pattern of numbers and dashes and symbols and stuff that lets you know, hey, this number is a phone number, or this number you're looking at is a Social Security number, or so forth. Okay, so that's what a input mask is. So if you come down here to the Generals tab, we're going to click over here on Input Mask. And you notice we get the little ellipse out here. We're going to click on that. And yeah, we're going to save it. Okay, we want the phone number, so that's the one that's highlighted already. So now if I click on it, you can see that it's already going to put it in a pattern. I like that. So we're going to hit Next. Okay, here's the pattern right up here. Don't mess with anything up in this box, unless I tell you to. Okay, here's the placeholder. I don't like the underline I like to have the number sign right here so that people know that a number goes in there. So now I could try it. See, I click right down there. That is what an input mask for a phone number is going to look like. So good. So let's hit next. Okay. And it's asking you, do you want to use the symbols or not? Yes, we want to use the symbols. Then we're going to hit next and finish. Okay, so you see how it puts that in there? Don't mess with anything here if that's not what you were after. Go back and redo it by clicking on the ellipse. Okay, now let's move up to zip code. Notice we only have 5 characters for the field size. So let's go ahead and click on input mask. Hit the ellipse over here. And it wants us to save it, so hit yes. Okay, now we're going to click on zip code. And we're going to go next. Okay, now you notice we got 5 numbers, a dash, and 4 numbers. Well, we only have 5 characters. So what I want to do is I want to delete the dash 999 there right on the end. Just leave those 5 zeros, just like that. Then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to click on the placeholder and change it to the number sign. So that's what it's going to look like. Everybody's used to the 5 numbers in our zip code. So we're just going to hit next. Okay, now you really can't tell the difference between the two, but I've had really good luck with just staying with the symbols. Just click that one up there, hit next, and finish. Now you notice there's no extra step here, so we could have just clicked on finish and it would have been done. Okay, all right, moving on up. The other one that needs the input mask is our social security number. So click up there. Then we're going to come down here to input mask. We're going to hit the ellipse button out here again. Oh yeah, we better save it. And we want the social security number, so there it is right there. That second one down, we're going to hit next. Yep, that's what a social security number looks like right up there. Except I'm going to change it to the number sign. I'm going to click down there. Yep, that's what I want. So I can hit next. I want the one with the symbols. Click that. Now I'm just going to skip next and click finish because I know there's nothing on the next step. Voila. Now we're done. Okay, we've got all of the number formats put in. We're almost ready to go. This next step you should know how to do already. We're going to make a lookup for our states, so they can have a drop down and select the state that they want to put into this. So we're going to go down here to the lookup. Display control, we're going to change that to combo box. Row source type, we're going to change that to value list. And in the row source, we're going to type in the state abbreviations for all the states, including Utah, that touch Utah. Okay, and I like to do mine alphabetical, so I'm going to go AZ for Arizona, CO for Colorado, ID for Idaho, NM for New Mexico, NV for Nevada, UT for Utah, and WY for Wyoming. I think that's all that touch Utah, so we're good to go. So now I just need to go back to the datasheet view. If you remember, this is what a datasheet looks like. So I'm just going to click on that, and it wants us to save it. So yeah, let's save it. And there we go. So now all I got to do is start typing in a social security number. Just like that. You notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just make them up. Okay. Come in here and start entering people's name. Okay. And just make up a house number. Make up a street name, city, and we're going to put this one in Colorado. Okay, I don't know where it's at. Okay, and then over here, just make up a zip code. Oops. Okay. See, I fat fingered it there and hit a letter, and it says, wait a minute, you can't do that. Okay. Now just go ahead and type in a phone number. Just like that. Hit tab. Don't do anything where it says click to add. Just if you need to add anything, we're going to go back over here and do it. Okay, so there's your first person. So continue on down. I would like you to have about 15 to 20 people, friends. These can be family members. These can be friends. This could be grandma. It could be anybody. It could be your cartoon characters. Okay, go ahead and put them in. Okay, one thing you want to make sure is if you click here and you get these, you have to enter in a number in order to finish this off. Just like that, okay? Otherwise, it's going to yell at you and say you can't leave a null value for your primary key. Well, your social security number is a primary key. A null value means there's nothing there. So you've got to put that in and continue on, okay? And when you get to the end of the row, don't go to the next row if you're ready to stop. Otherwise, you got to keep going. Okay, so continue on. Enter in 15 to 20 people in here, and I will catch you on the next movie. We'll talk about putting this together, relationships, and starting to make a query.